I'm so excited for you to try this no-bake, 10-minute, high-protein, high-fiber, probably most incredibly nutritious pie you've ever seen or heard of. And it's freaking delicious. It's honestly my favorite crust I've ever made with anything. And if you're wanting pie and watching your calories, each slice has only 127 calories. And every single ingredient in this is just mwah. You don't even have to wait to eat this for dessert. You can eat this for breakfast. I'm not even joking you. You'll see. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you.
I will prove it to you.
Hello my beautiful friend, and welcome to my first official recipe video in my new house. This is gonna be super fun. We're still getting adjusted, getting used to the new kitchen, because there's a sink right here in the middle that's kind of in the way, but I feel like it'll be okay. I put up some photos on the wall. I ordered some and they're gonna look so good. I'm really excited for it. Today we're gonna be making a really delicious recipe that I think you're gonna love. I really hope you're gonna love it as much as I love it, because it's so good. But since we're changing location when it comes to these recipe videos, I want to make some changes to the actual type of recipe videos that I'm creating, because what brings me the most fulfillment and happiness and joy in life is when I bring true value to people. And yes, recipe videos are great, they're delicious, it's amazing, but I think that to actually make a change in our health, in our wellness, our mental state, we gotta focus on a little bit deeper stuff as well. So I thought that every time we make a recipe video from now on this channel, this channel, that we have a topic. We talk about something health-related, life-related, something that really can make us better, more happy and fulfilled humans. So every time we're gonna try and do that. And I have a topic in mind for today, so while we're making the recipe, we're gonna chat about that. Also, I'm trying to figure out a name for it. Do you guys have any ideas? Because the ones I've come out with are not gonna do it. It should be like something about recipes, healthy, nutritious, protein-rich recipes, and growth, inner growth, self-development. Let me know. Cook and grow, bake and develop. You see that it's not good. It's not good, but let's get into this recipe because it's freaking delicious and it's easy and you don't need a lot of ingredients and you don't even need a lot of time. It takes like no time. No time! But before we do that, please give me a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell if you want to stick around for this new series that we're about to do that you gotta help me with the name with. Have you done it? The like and the subscribe? Have you? Yes? Okay, cool, let's do it. Ideally, you want a food processor, but I don't have one yet in this house. So I'm just gonna use a blender. I'm gonna mix the crust in this blender. We're only gonna be using 4 ingredients for this crust. And the first thing is the most fun thing, in my opinion. That is some medjool dates. We're gonna need 8 of those. They're super high in fiber. They're really nutritious, have incredible health benefits. They're also gonna help you stay full for longer. And I mean, dates are just absolutely delicious, aren't they? I think they're absolutely delicious. And remember to remove the little thingy. What's that called? A pit? I think it's called a pit. If I'm wrong, correct me. Wait, how many was that? I forgot to count. I can't multitask. I'm really curious about how it's gonna go with me having to talk about a topic. We'll get into it a little bit later because I'm not very good at multitasking. 7 and last one. Ooh, this is a gooey one. I love the gooey ones. Like this one, it just comes apart. Next up, we got half a cup of some oats. And these are the old-fashioned whole grain. What's it called? Something like that. Or slash 40 grams. Yes. Pour that right in there. That wasn't actually enough. There we go. Now next up, you can choose whichever nuts you want to use, but I'm using almond. And I use the sliced ones because that's what I put in oatmeal or Greek yogurt. We're gonna need 28 grams, which also is 0.4 cups. I don't have a food scale anymore. That's just not something I wanna have in my house. Oh, I guess it says it right here. 1/4 of a cup. Just pour that right in there. And as we know, almonds are incredible for us as well. And they will help you stay full for longer too, because it's healthy fats. Last up, for our crust, we're gonna need some protein powder. This is optional, you don't have to, but if you're like me and you want to have it a little bit higher in protein. And then you can use some protein powder. And because we're making this a chocolate flavor, I have 2 different chocolate ones. One of them is the isolate protein powder and one of them is the whey protein powder. But the most important thing is that you use a protein powder that you absolutely love, because the crust is obviously gonna taste a little bit like the protein powder because you're using the protein powder in the recipe. If you wanna try one of these, you can use my code PERNELLA and get 20% off. That's a pretty good deal. 1 scoop of protein powder. And that's the crust once we've blended it. I really, oh, you can't see me. I really highly recommend that you get a food processor because it's definitely easier. This is possible, but it just takes a little extra time. So it won't actually stick together, but then when we put our hands into it, then we can make it stick together. Okay, let's make our crust. You really can use any type of baking pan that you want to make this. I'm just gonna make it with my, is this called a pie pan? Just because that's a little bit easier. And you guys always ask me how big my pan is, and since I'm in complete move-in mode, I can measure it for you. So this is a 9-inch one, but it's a little bit too big actually for the portion we're making, so it's gonna be a thinner crust, but we'll make it work. So something that I wanna talk to you guys about today is, oh no! There's still 2 dates that aren't ready. I guess we're gonna have to wait. There we go. Something I want to talk to you guys about today, the fear of what other people think. I think that that's the majority of the reason why we don't often do something, is because we're afraid of failing or afraid of what people are gonna think when we fail. And I was talking about this on a call with my January fitness challenge yesterday, and we were talking about how that often can hold us back from, like, I mean, for me, when I first started my Instagram profile, the one that I have today, I started that as a separate profile because I was so afraid of what people were gonna think of me if I started posting fitness stuff. I was also thinking, who am I to think that I have anything to share with people? Who are they gonna think I am if I start doing this? So I started a completely separate account, and at first I didn't even want to post something on my regular account from that account because I just didn't want people who had known me for a long time to figure out about it. I was embarrassed of doing that, so it wasn't until later that I kind of started doing that. And I thought about creating this other profile. At the time it was called Workout with Pernilla for so long, but I just didn't do it because I was so afraid of what people were gonna think, and that's why I eventually did it as a separate profile. But fitness had changed my life so much in my mentality and my belief in myself at that point, and just like me realizing that I actually was strong and capable of doing things that I didn't previously think I was capable of. Wait, let me get this closer to you so you can see what I'm doing here. And so eventually my purpose and my mission to want to help others with doing that same thing and like changing their life through fitness became larger than my wanting to care what other people thought. So I think that it's so important that if you want to do something, you have to ask yourself, why is it important for me to do that? And hype yourself up. Think of how many people you can help, or how much your life can change, or how you can change the life of the people in your life by doing that thing, and how that is more important to you than what your neighbor thinks or what your friend from high school thinks. I just think that's important. Because like I said, it's not that we're scared of failing, we're scared of what other people are gonna think about if we fail. And I think it's just not worth living a life where we don't live our full capacity. I can already tell that this thing about me cooking and talking about life is gonna be a challenge for me, so we'll see how long that lasts, but I'm gonna do my best because I'm not making that much sense as if I wasn't multitasking, I think. Let's keep making this recipe. The crust is done and I'm gonna place it in the freezer while we make the topping. For the topping of our pie, wait, is it a pie? Yeah, it's a pie. For the topping of our pie, we're gonna first off start with 2 cups of 0% Greek fat yogurt, or skyr, or whatever yogurt type you use, vegan yogurt maybe, whatever you prefer. Since this is a chocolate pie, we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. I remember, guys, you taught me how to say that. Thanks for that. And this is optional, but it's so delicious if you do add it. PB2, which is literally just powdered peanut butter. It just has higher protein and lower fat. 2 tablespoons of that. we're gonna add some sweetener. And if you want this to be as close to regular sugar, taste it closest, then I recommend adding something like this, the Truvia Stevia. But I've just realized with my body, I enjoy Stevia extract. It doesn't taste the same, but that's what I'm gonna use. But again, both have 0 calories. It doesn't matter, it's just my body likes this kind of stevia more. But for this, I would add between 2 to 4 tablespoons, depending on how sweet you want it. And for this, I'm probably just gonna do like 3. Yup, we're almost there. 2 more things. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And last up is some cinnamon. About half a teaspoon as well. Now let's mix it around. And that is it for our frosting. No, that's not what it's called when it's a pie. For our fill. Is it called pie fill? I don't know. Pernilla, just mix it around and stop talking. Little taste test. Mmm, so good. Okay, let's make our pie. Now ideally, you'd want to put this in the fridge for a few hours or like overnight, but I don't think I'm gonna have the patience for that. So I'm gonna put it in the freezer for like, we'll see how long. Then we're gonna dig in. I managed to wait an hour because I ended up making what used to be a flaxseed bread recipe, and it went wrong a few times. We're an hour later, which is a good thing because now we can eat our chocolate pie. The other recipe video was just for shorts or Instagram and TikToks. Are you guys ready? Because I am. I don't have like I forget what it's called, but the thing with holes in it, so I'm gonna use this to add a little extra effect for the topping. Okay, we're gonna see if I can sit on this couch and eat it. What? Not getting my new couch completely ruined. And if you're wondering why I'm using a spoon like this, because I still haven't gotten my spoons and knives and forks in yet. We gotta work with what we got. It's honestly my favorite crust I've ever made with anything. Anything. It's so good. Literally, if you make this and then every morning or every night, just have a slice and feel good because you know that it's nutritious ingredients. I mean, I think that's pretty cool, and it takes 10 minutes. If you have a food processor, I will get a food processor. A little reminder for the topic that we talked about today. If there's something you've been wanting to do, ask yourself, why haven't you done it yet? On TikTok is where I have the most followers, and that's where I get the most hate. I honestly don't care about the hate because the fact that people are hating in the comments makes my posts come out to more people, which means that the people who are open and willing to take it in hopefully get something positive out of it. If we're scared of what people are gonna think, we're never gonna get anywhere. We're gonna stay stuck, and I don't want you to stay stuck. I want you to do the thing that you deep down wanna do, and people are always gonna judge you. Like, regardless of what you do in life, people are gonna judge you. So you might as well do the thing that you want to do, and eventually, you know, who cares? Who cares about judgment? We gotta just do what we want to do and eat some delicious pie. Please let me know in the comments what this little, what's it called? Series should be called. I don't know how often I'm gonna do it yet, if it's gonna be like once every 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's gonna evolve eventually and grow, and I may say that this is what I'm gonna do right now and then change it up in like a week, because sometimes you have an idea and then you realize it's not really working the way I wanted it to work, and then you change it up, and that's okay. As long as we make our new plans while we're in an aware state, I think we should change our plans as many times as we want. I just got cocoa powder in my throat. I think the important thing is that we don't change our mind in a state of lack. We gotta make those decisions when we're in a really aware state. Like, if you promise yourself to go work out later, and then it's later, and then you don't wanna go work out, that's not the time to change your mind. You gotta have told yourself in the morning, like, I don't need to work out today, and then you can not work out. At this point, I'm just rambling. I hope you wanna make this recipe. I hope you wanna hit that subscribe button. It really, really helps me out so much. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you wanna see more recipe videos, videos, workout videos, and chat with me about life, ring the notification bell, click that like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I had no idea what, can you even see it here? I had no idea this has happened to my pants. Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry for making you look at that.